Well, today I'm doing a transmission fluid drain and refill. I already took the pan, I drained the transmission and I took the pan off and this is what it looks like inside. So that's about the cleanest transmission pan I've ever seen. There's just like absolutely no particle stuff. Now this is the magnet, and there's hardly anything on the magnet. So that's good news. You don't want to see a lot of crap. Sometimes they look like just a big fuzzy ball. So part of the reason for that is probably because this filter, along with having the usual straining filter that's inside, also has a outside filter that's kind of like a little miniature toilet paper roll. So it's a good time to change the fluid when it's not all that messed up. It's still real red looking in there too. It's pretty happy with the way this looks. Well, there's the pan all cleaned up. I wiped it out real good, and then I sprayed it out with some brake cleaner and cleaned the magnet and put it back in. And when you do this, after you clean everything, right away put the magnet back in place, because you don't want to put this all back together, fill up the transmission with new fluid, and then look on your workbench and there's the magnet sitting there. So, and another little hint, there's the fluid that came out. So I got 8 quarts of fluid out, and yesterday when I was done with this draining, I only had like about 7 quarts out, and then I let it sit overnight and another quart drained out, because there's fluid that goes up in the transmission, and it's all up in there, and it takes a while for it all to drip down. So that's actually only about half of what's in the transmission, because the trans holds about 16 quarts. I think 16 or 17 quarts, and a bunch of it stays in the torque converters. So even when you do this way, you don't get it all out. Another good thing here is this gasket that came on the pan is a reusable gasket. This is the internal replacement filter. Well, here's the filter that goes inside. It's just like a little roll of toilet paper, a $20 roll of toilet paper. There's the part number, Motorcraft. And this is where that filter goes, right here in this canister. And that's with the filter off. There's this spring attached to the top of it, and a little bit more oil comes, or fluid comes dripping out, so have something underneath to catch it. It was also on there pretty tight, so I needed to use a breaker bar to get it off. And there's with the new filter in place. All I need to do now is put the cover back on. There's the fluid I'm going to use. This is what my owner's manual calls for. I pretty much tried to stick with the Motorcraft products that Ford recommends as much as possible. They're a little more expensive. This stuff is $8 a quart. Well, I found it for $8 a quart. You can find it for a lot more than that. But I think I got this on, let's see. I think I got it on Amazon. They had it on, they had a pretty good price on eBay too, but Amazon was a little bit cheaper and faster shipping. So I'm going to put that in there, and then this job is going to be pretty much wrapped up.